I want to say that this apartheid system could not suppress us.
Never.
Now, we had teachers who, I wanted to talk about their names, but we don't have time. But the biology teacher for me was the most dramatic. She used to come to class, she was very short. And she used to come to class and say, my boys and girls, I'm not here to teach you Bantu education. Remember, syllabus Bantu education. But she said, I'm not here to teach you Bantu education. I'm going to make you the leaders of the world.
Yes.
I'm going to make you the leaders of the world. Hale alongola exam ya Bantu education is, by the way, you will be way ahead of Bantu education. When you go to write the exam, you are way ahead of Bantu education.
Yes.
And they came like a military. Remember, others left the country when Bantu education came in the 50s. But of course, when there were still children to be taught, so others had to remain and teach those who are here. And that's why we got those distinctions. We went like, when I go to a place, I go like a war, because they undermine us as blacks. When I do anything, I do it in the way that nobody can undermine me again. It's important, because when you fail, you reinforce the racism. When we perform badly in our jobs and assignments, ufiwa musebetsi wa hore ya ireke ska bua politiki ke batle ke deviator. Ireke ska ka deviator la ko politiking. I mean, really, I'm devastated by black people who get given jobs to do and they fail. And instead, bautswa chelet, habasi leto. Habarietsa skontiri ba ija kaofela skontiri asiyo. You know what I'm talking about? I just can't understand it. I mean, habaji fela skontiri ba jali dinele ba jali eskom ba ija SAAG we iwe. You know baja. I mean, really, we need to turn it around and say we're not going to show we are failures. We must show we are successful people. And we're going to make sure this country runs like a machine. I can tell you now, we must take a stand and make sure this country runs like a machine. Even the school, they even go and corrupt a school. I mean, to be a principal at times once upatele somebody. You know what I'm talking about? I can like somebody kibua kai. Lanku kwaker. Yeah. No, I dealt with a school called Rodiport, the colored school. You remember there was unrest. And I was sent there. And when we were there, we found that this colored community, it's a little colored community in Rodiport, are angry because the most qualified person was amongst their community. But we didn't appoint that principal. They brought the principal and deputy principal who are less qualified, who don't know that community. And when I do my intelligence, I can't say I can't that it's intelligence. Yeah, and I worked it out what happened. Clearly there was corruption there. So we failed children. I met the principal in Midrand. There was crime in Midrand in a school. And I went to the teacher, principal. And I sat there, he had 15 minutes for me to go. And then he realized, no, I'm talking something serious. He stopped and spent an hour with me. And he told me how the system, you see, I used to say co-presidency. If you appoint a person who's less capable and put that person on top of people who are capable, you destroy the system.
Of course, yeah.
And those who are below leave. Those who are below, leave. Because you know what I'm talking about? And the system collapses. I think we must all take a stand. It's not the liberation struggle that took us to jail now. This is a different struggle. We're going to open eyes. We're going to make sure that nobody makes a mess of this country, really thing. And we need to, it doesn't matter where you are. Let me say, I will talk about the Nguchana now, because there were student Christian movement, youth clubs, etc. We used to sing, bright in the corner where you are. Yeah? Bright in the corner where you are. There can't be lishoju uliteng. In that corner, rather die there. But bright in the corner. I think it's important to really take a stand. And so, hako buan totsengata, neke tolibulella ka fervoot, hore na itse no black person must do mathematics because green pastures ba keke ba dumela. Re entse metse antsa a chulo jwana. A kere le nkutlwile a kere. Ra ipasa antsa a chulo jwana. Raba ra bereka ko nuclear physics research unit antsa a chulo jwana. So we need to defy the system and succeed against the odds. And I just want to say, after I left this school, Kaya University, when you arrive there, ma'am, when you arrive there, I realized I used to go to the white school, you know, the private school, to get extra classes for maths. No, extra classes for maths. Yeah, no, I am a one source. Yeah. Extra classes, when I went to Sacred Heart, they had a laboratory for JC, they had a laboratory for high school, they had a special laboratory for physics. It's a high school. Yeah, there was no laboratory, there was a laboratory at the corner there, but there was nothing there. There were cabinets. Ko Orlando High, ko Kilenteng, the class in the laboratory, there was no equipment to keep it clean. I never went to a laboratory for 2 years for my matric doing physical science. No laboratory. But man, we read that thing, and we even had to remember when you mix this and that, it turns this color. How I exam when I went to Teflop, the laboratory was worse than the White High School laboratory. But we had to fight. And I think that's all the message I want to bring here is that we had a war to fight. And today we can't go down, and I'm happy about this school. I mean, I'm so impressed about the results here. I mean, I didn't know. If I was a student again, I will come back principal. I really, you know, Nerita, let's nemo banner. Nerna full scape, like hopola full scape. To show Ruko high school secondary. No one like a full scape. But there is no bag. We had no bags, we had nothing. But Maubanembana bag. Neili mukota wa pufu. Wabona pufu ifejile. Iwisa. Yeah, iwisa. Neba Kenya jibuka koteng. Barwalaka iwisa. I just want to tell you where we come from. People must make assumptions here. So neke crosser the regular Naledi ke crosser ka full scape. Yesterday I said to Machikan, how do you spell full scape? I mean, we didn't know how you spell full scape. Now I googled it. It's not F-U-L-L. None can about full scape. No, it's F-O-O-L. Full scape. And so I came here after university, came and taught maths and physics here in class number 1 and 2. And the police came and said to the principal, you can't have this.